Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope that you are all good. In today's video, we're going to be doing a short ombre Halloween acrylic set of nails. Now I'm working on the Red Iguana practice hand. The colours I'm going to be using today are Beach Walk from CJP, which is this really gorgeous light smoky grey, and I'm going to pair it with Bear from Diamond Nail Supplies, and this is kind of like a soft white, but it's a bit more translucent than a regular soft white. Bear suits it, to be quite honest. I thought they would make a good ombre. Now I'm working on these nails as though they are a short natural nail, so we're going in and working directly on top. We're not applying any tips or sculpting any extensions. We're just going to do a simple short set of acrylics. Now I say simple, I've always found shorter nails harder to do than longer ones, but I really liked how these turned out, and I thought it would be different to mix it up on the channel and show you guys a shorter set of nails, because not everyone wears long or even medium length nails. Now of course, if you was doing this on yourself or a client, you would need to prep the natural nail to begin with. And then if you did want to make this design longer, it would be very easy to do by adding a tips or sculpting a free edge. Now normally when I go in and do an acrylic design, I like to come in and apply a thin layer of clear acrylic to begin with, but I didn't do that on this set because we're working on a shorter length. I feel as though I don't want to add any unnecessary bulk. If you was using maybe colours that might stain the natural nail bed, you could still come in and do a super thin clear layer underneath, or if you have any adhesion issues, then a clear base underneath does usually help. Now we're going to be doing an ombre, so I'm going to start off by applying Beach Walk to the tip of the nails on all of the nails. Let's talk application. So because we're working on a shorter set of nails, we don't need too much acrylic. So I'm coming in with a small to medium sized bead. I probably could have picked up a smaller bead here, but my thought process here is all of these colors I'm using are core colors or strength colors, so they don't actually need to be encapsulated. So I am building up some of the nail using these colors. I'm just going to encapsulate to protect that blend and build up any strength or structure that is missing. We don't need to go in and build up too much of an apex when we're working on a shorter set of nails. So I've placed Beach Walk down at the tip of the nail and blended it back, and then I'm just working with that acrylic, trying to make my application as neat as possible. I'll talk through some tips on the next nail as we are coming towards the end of this one, but my basic goal here is to get the application as neat as possible so that we have less finish filing to do, and I'm wanting to blend that color back so that there's no harsh line for when we come in with our color down at the cuticle area of the nail. So again, picking up a bead of acrylic, pushing it out from side to side, and then pulling it back down to blend out. I place this a little bit far from the tip, so what I'm going to do is blend it back, and then I'm going to walk that bead down towards the tip of the nail so that there's enough product down at that tip part of the nail. I'm keeping the application as neat as I can, pulling off any excess, and then on this nail I did come in with a second bead of Beach Walk just because I didn't feel as though there was enough opacity at the tip of the nail. So then I'm placing this second bead down right at the tip and blending it back. We want to have that full coverage of this colour at the tip of the nail, so don't be scared to come in and apply it a little bit more if you want to. I'm then going to come in and do exactly the same again. This bead went a little bit better. So we're going to go in. I always burp my brush by going into the monomark, pressing down onto the bottom of the dapping dish. This is going to remove any bubbles that are in your brush so that you're not picking up any bubbles in your acrylic bead. Placing that bead of acrylic down right at the tip of the nail, pressing it out to the sides, flipping the brush around, blending it back, and then I'm just going to pat and press this acrylic until it starts setting a little bit more. So whilst it's still moldable, you can play around with it. So I'm getting that application a little bit neater, blending it back if it needs blending back a little bit more, pressing it in at the side walls. If there's like a bulky side wall, we're going to press it back in towards the center of the nail to get that nice sharp free edge. This is just going to minimize your end finish filing. So I'd done that that on all 4 of the nails, and then we're going to switch to using Bare. Now, as I mentioned, this is a really lovely colour. As you can see, I've only got a very small amount of it left, which was partly why I decided to just do a short set of nails, because I had this design in mind and I thought these 2 colours would work perfectly together, but I did only have a small amount of Bare left. I need to order some more because this is a great colour. You can even encapsulate with this if you're wanting to create kind of like a soft milky design, you know, where you layer up your maybe like glitters, or you're encapsulating something and you want it to have that sort of smoky milky effect where you can't fully see what you've encapsulated. This colour is perfect for that. So we're going to be applying this colour down at the cuticle and nail bed area and fading it out over Beach Walk. So as you can see, I've already done that on the little finger. I'm just touching up the sidewalls, making sure the application is nice and neat. So let's go and do it on the ring finger. So I'm picking up a small to medium sized bead of Bare. I did drain the back of my brush just because it was a little bit too wet. And again, working on shorter nails, you want to work a little bit drier, or you want to make sure that you've not got too much monomer, that your monomer's flooding the skin. So I'm placing that bead of acrylic down at the cuticle area, pressing it out from side to side, and then blending down over that Beach Walk. Now, because this is a sheer color, it blends absolutely effortlessly. So here on this now, I did want to build up that apex area a little bit more, so I'm going to come in with another small bead of acrylic. Unfortunately, I had touched the bottom of my pot, so I did have to get rid of that bead. Picked up a second bead, and I'm just placing this down in the nail bed area and then blending it down. I don't want to build up too much thickness because I do still need to encapsulate, otherwise we would file into our blend that we're creating. So again, picking up a small to medium sized bead, tilting the finger downwards so our acrylic doesn't run back and flood the cuticles, tapping it into place, getting it as close to that cuticle as possible without trying to touch it, and then I'm just going to blend out this colour. Now, on some nails like this one, you might find that your blend doesn't go as well as possible, so I'm going to blend this out as much as I could, but then I felt as though it just didn't look as nice as I wanted it to. So I'm going to come in with another teeny tiny amount of Beach Walk, place this down at the tip of the nail, and then blend it back. And then it did blend back a little bit more than I wanted it to, so I will come in and pull off some of that excess, but don't be scared to come back in with your tip color if you want to perfect that ombre a little bit more. I do find with an ombre sometimes you'll just get the odd nail that needs a little bit more attention than the other ones. I did then come in with another small bead of Bare just to blend that over again, and then the ombre was looking so much more better than it was before. So onto the final nail, picking up a small to medium sized bead, draining off the back of it. It's really hard to work with the last bits of your acrylic powder. It's a lot easier when you've got a fresh pot. Placing this bead of acrylic down at that cuticle area and then blending it down. When I'm working on longer nails, I usually will place my first bead down at that blend area, get the blend perfect, and then come in at the cuticle area. But because we're working on shorter nails, you do sometimes need to adapt your technique. But then I did find this fairly easy to do for this set of nails, so I was quite pleased with how they turned out. So this is what all of our ombres are looking like. I then did come back to the little finger, and I just felt as though you could see that Beach Walk a little bit more than I wanted to at the blend area, so I'm going to come in with a small bead of acrylic and just touch this one up as well. Now, because these are strength powders, I'm only going to need to come in and do a real thin clear encapsulation layer, because we have already built up all of the structure pretty much with our core colours. I'm just going to need a clear layer to encapsulate the blend. I've really struggled to get my words out today, and this is the second voiceover I've done, so you'd think I'd be in the flow, but it's been one of those days. But I'm doing this voiceover on a Friday, and oh my god, it's been a long week, so I am so glad it's Friday. But anyway, we're going to now move on to encapsulating, and I'm going to be encapsulating using Diamond Nail Supply's Clarity. So I've picked up my bead of acrylic. I'm not placing this down at the cuticle area because I don't need to encapsulate down there. I've already got enough product there, and then I don't want to add any more thickness or bulk, so I'm going to place it down at the blend area, which is where I do want my encapsulation to mainly be, and then pull it down towards the tip of the nail. Same again on this now, placing it down at the blend area, tapping a small amount of it back so that it blends in and there's not this weird ridge. And then I'm just going to pat and press and pull this down to the tip of the nail, leaving just a thin encapsulation layer. Any debulking that I do need to do around that cuticle area, if it is a little bit too thick, I can come in and do this with my file. So I don't want to go in and add clear acrylic there when I'm just going to file it off. It's just a waste of product and it's not necessary. So we're literally just encapsulating from that blend area down towards the tip of the nail. Now, if you wasn't having to encapsulate the blend, say you'd done a French, like a reverse French, and you didn't need to encapsulate, you could completely skip this step. But obviously with an ombre, when you're filing, you don't want to mess up the blend that you've created with your acrylic. So just having that thin, clear encapsulation layer down is going to protect that when you are doing your finish filing. And luckily, these didn't actually have too much finish filing to do. I did do all of the filing off camera because on my red iguana hand, I tend to take the tips out, file them, and then put them back in, simply because I don't want to damage the silicone. We're going to add some cute little stamping to finish off this design. So I'm using the Miss Lucy Halloween Doodles stamping plate, and I went for grey and burgundy because I kind of wanted to have a little bit of a different look for this set. So I've applied my stamping polish. I'm going to scrape off the excess. I'm going to take my stamper. Now this stamper is just a cheap one from AliExpress. I think I showed it in a haul a few videos back, but it's been working alright, especially for the price. I did forget to take the lid off of it, so I'm just going to take the lid off so that we can look through and press this down. Now, because I wasn't very quick faffing about the stamper and that, the bottom part of this image didn't stamp very well. Now for the design, it didn't matter too much. I just pressed down, and then I'm going to take some acetone and remove that small bit of stamping polish that just hadn't stamped very well. And like I said, for this design, it didn't matter too much. Obviously, if this was a design where you need that part, you're going to have to wipe off and start again. So we're going to go in and clean the stamping plate. I'm just using some alcohol to do this. You can use alcohol or acetone. And then what I'm going to do is take the burgundy stamping polish and stamp on the ghost. But what I wanted to do is remove the bottom part of the ghost, the little point at the bottom. So I removed this using my lint roller because I wanted to have it so it looked as though the little ghost was kind of coming out from the gravestone or from the back of the gravestone. So I'm going to pick the image up exactly the same as before. But then when I go to take my lint roller to clean off all those excess images we've picked up, I'm going to very carefully just remove the bottom part of this image. And I just thought it looked super cute. I loved how this set of nails turned out. They were so simple to do, but I thought they were a great look for Halloween that's a little bit more minimalist compared to some of the Halloween designs you see. So when it comes to pressing down my image, I like to press down fairly firmly and then just rock from side to side to make sure that has fully transferred. I'm going to speed through and do similar on the next nail. I went for the 2 love hearts. I love these on this plate, so I think I went for the I'm Dead one and the Boo one because I felt as though Boo matched the ghost and I'm Dead matched the RIP gravestone. So again, applying my stamping polish, I like to scrape 2 to 3 times just to make sure we've got the excess removed and we're going to get a clear pickup. If you would like to see a more in-depth stamping tutorial, I do already have loads up on my channel, but if you'd like a more updated one, then do let me know in the comments below. A lot of the time I use the Born Pretty stamping polishes, and I usually pick these up from either Amazon or AliExpress, but I do also love the clear jelly stamper polishes as well. I feel as though some of the colours of the Born Pretty ones are not as pigmented, where a lot of the time I find the clear jelly stamper ones a lot more pigmented. However, price range wise, the Born Pretty ones are that bit cheaper. So when you're just doing designs, say for content or on practice hands, or if you're practicing yourself, I do find the Born Pretty ones a great alternative to the clear jelly stamper ones. As you can see, those 2 images are stamped down beautifully. So we're just going to seal everything in now with the Kiki London Crystal Top Coat. So I'm going to just apply a thin coat of this to all of the nails. Again, I do have a discount code for Kiki, which is BYAMANDA. I will leave it linked in the description box below, along with all of the other products I've used as well. Whether I have discount codes or not, I usually always list all the products I've used in the description box below. But if I've missed anything, just shoot me a comment and I'll be happy to help. I love this top coat, by the way, over acrylics. It's got a really nice hard finish and it has a beautiful high shine, and I do love that it works well over stamping as well. I do find with certain top coats they can separate over stamping, but I've not had that issue with this one, which is fab. So we're just going to apply a thin coat of this. It does require a 60-second cure, so I'm going to pop this in to cure for 60 seconds. I had a little hair on my brush here. It was really frustrating trying to get it out. I think it got stuck to the stamping polish. It should take a little bit of faff to get that out. But once I have popped these in to cure for 60 seconds, I have left a clip of the finished result along with some pictures. So I really hope you enjoyed this set. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I'm really loving acrylic content right now, so I hope you guys are all enjoying watching. If you did, please do give the video a thumbs up to show it some love. Leave me a comment below and hit that subscription button. So I shall see you all again in the next video. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Lots of love. Bye bye.